So this video is on writing expressions in order to solve problems. It started off on looking at a numeric expression situation. It's on page 69. And the situation talks about different people having different number of DVDs. And so we start with Jarrett having 10 DVDs. And we know the scenario is that Haley has twice as many DVDs as Jarrett. Okay? So when it's a number, we can double that, and we get 20. Right? And then Dylan says, I have 4 more than Haley, so we add 4 to that and get 24. And then Kirsten says, I have 3 times as many. Okay? So we triple that, and we get 72. And then a grand total, we add 72, 24, 20, and Jarrett's 10, and we get 126. Okay, pretty straightforward. But what if it starts with Kirsten having 24 DVDs? And then we have to work backwards a little bit. Okay, if Kirsten has 24, what would Dylan have to have so that she has 3 times as many as him? Okay, so it's kind of like 24 divided by 3. Or go backwards, 8 times 3 would get us back to 24. So that's how we know that Dylan has to have 8. And then we go backwards again. I have 4 more than Haley. All right, that's what Dylan is saying. So that means Haley must have 4, right? Because if Dylan has 4 more than Haley, that backs her down to 4. Okay, and then Jarrett, Haley says I have twice as many as Jarrett. So that means Jarrett would have 2. Okay, add them all together, we get 38. Right, so a little bit of reverse mathematics there, working a little bit with inverse operations to find those numbers. Okay, now on the next page, though, we take the same scenario and we put an unknown value or variable in it. So we put a J here to represent the number of DVDs that Jarrett has. All right, and so if Haley has twice as many, we're going to say 2 times J or 2J. And if Dylan has 4 more than Haley, we're going to take what Haley has, this 2J, which is straight from here, 2J plus 4. Okay, again, we don't know how many Jarrett has, so we don't know how many Haley has, so we can't know for sure how many Dylan has, but we can have this expression. All right, and then Kirsten comes along and says, well, I have 3 times as many as Dylan. So if Dylan has 2J plus 4, right here, and I'm going to multiply that by 3. Okay, now, this thought bubble over here is to say, okay, now what if I simplify this? Because it's starting to get a little bit messy here. All right, I can do 3 times 2, which is 6, so that'd be 6J, and then 3 times 4, which would be 12. Okay, and I cannot combine those because they're not like terms, so it's 6J plus 12. All right, then when I put all 4 together, don't forget Jarrett, put the J here, and then Haley's 2J, and then Dylan's 2J plus 4, and Kirsten's 6J plus 12. It's all right here. And then again, I can clean this up a little bit if I combine like terms. I have 6, 2 makes 8, 2 more makes 10, and this 1J over here makes 11 J's. And then the 4 and the 12 makes 16. So all together, this is 11J plus 16. Okay? Now, that seems like a lot of work, but once we have this expression set, then we can plug all kinds of different numbers in for the number of DVDs that Jarrett has, and we can come up with a grand total. We don't have to do all the work that we did over here. All right, so to show you what I mean, we have 11 times 10, so if Jarrett has 10 DVDs, we do 11 times 10 plus 16. Well, it's 110 plus 16, or 126. Same thing as over here. So it proves that this expression works. Okay, now you might say, well, that was more work than just figuring this out. Okay, sure. But then what if he, in a different situation, had 2 DVDs? Well, you can go and do all this work. I'm going to put 2 in for J and do 11 times 2, which is 22, plus 16, and get 38. And then we'll see how you're doing on this one, okay? So I know it seems like a lot of work to do an expression, but once you have that expression written, the time it takes to simplify or solve it, or evaluate, given another number, is minimal compared to all these steps over here. Okay, you're doing all the steps ahead of time. So if I wanted to find out how many they all had, if Jarrett had 25, I'd put 25 times 11, and then add 16, and I get my total. Okay? All right, so your assignment was to do question number 1, A through D, and question 3, A through F. All right, it's basically the same thing. This one right here is you are given an actual number, so you can figure out the actual number is kind of like the previous page here, like this one over here. Okay, this one, 3, is going to be more like this situation, right? And all of this comes from this paragraph up here, so make sure you read that well. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.